London. So I went up and I spoke to other clubs, you know, and people, London clubs were offering whatever so and so offered you, we'll double it and all that. I said no, I'm going to Leeds. My mind was made up to go to Leeds, and I think going to Leeds was, if you like, was a destiny. It was after the incident I told you about, with, you know, the N-word, F and blah. It was just meant for me to go to Leeds, and I did turn. I don't have no regrets in terms of going there, because I helped to change perceptions and views. You know, remember going around to school with Vinnie Jones and people like that, trying to educate people about.
Oh, Christ. I'm not being funny, mate. You and Vinnie Jones walk into a school, them kids are going to do what they're told to straight away, mate. No matter what.
We certainly have, yeah.
Wow.
But that's what it was. But so that's the chance. That's a chance I had to go back, go back to the Blues. But since then, in over the years, I've heard things muted, especially in the coaching capacity and all that. But nothing ever materialised from that point of view. But I did have a chance to go back as a player.
Right. Okay. What do you do nowadays?
At the moment, I work for myself as a consultant, and looking after young players. I do some mentoring as well. I want to take the mentoring on to another level.
You're still in the game then, Noel?
Yeah, but not. I'm still in the game, but not in the way I wanted to be.
What did you want to be?
I still want to coach.
Right.
But and you still want to coach now?
I can't.
No.
Right.
I don't know if you guys were aware of it, but I had a stroke about 6 years ago.
No.
And then what it does is today. You know, I've got all the energy in the world and everything's fine. But when I coach with passion. I'm a passionate coach. That's who I am. I'm not one of these coaches that sit there like, you know, and you don't exist. No, I'm involved.
Yeah.
Some people 1 minute people say they look at Klopp, they look at Guardiola and Tuchel, you know, and they'll say they're animated. If it's a British manager, you're animated. If you're a foreign manager doing it, it's great. Well, I'm just being myself. You know, when Ericsson was sat there not doing anything, and managers like that, and they're saying, look, he doesn't care, he's not involved or whatever. Well, that's not me. That's not me. We've all got our own innate personality, and you are what you are. I'm working my place.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Noel, but how did the stroke affect you? In what way?
Oh, good God, how did it affect me? It changed my life.
Yeah.
It changed my life. I went through spells of depression. I still suffer with anxiety. I had the suicidal thoughts.
Wow.
I'd be walking around looking at trees and thinking, that won't take my weight, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I'm gonna, you know, asking my wife sometimes if there's any rope in the garage and stuff like that. And the thing with it is it affected me more emotionally than physically. It affected me physically, but more emotionally. And in the past, I was one of those ones when people said about people who took their own lives. I always felt it was sort of selfish. But it's only when I experienced what I experienced that I realized it wasn't they're not selfish. What it is, you're not in control. You are not in control.
Wow.
You know, thankfully, I'm over that sort of extreme case of that. But occasionally, like I said, I still have the anxiety issues from time to time. But in the local derby, and then thinking back to the game as well, if you remember, there's a bad tackle on Kevin Broadhurst, which I think in the end, you know, more or less finished Kev's career. Listen, local derbies, you know, it's a passionate game.
Definitely.
I've been fortunate enough to have played in a few local derbies up and down the country. I've played in one in Scotland, the Tayside Derby, Dundee and Dundee United. Trust me, that is a proper derby.
Yeah.
Can Can I take you back to December 27th, 1982, in another similar fixture, and a goal you scored that day? We took on the so-called European champions, and can you fill us in on your more pleasant thoughts, shall we say, about that day?
Yeah, I mean, it was my first game against Villa. Obviously, it's coming across from there to the Blues, and I knew the lads. I knew all the lads. I'd sort of grown up with them. You know, I was involved in the group that won the league and the European Cup. Although I didn't play in either game, but I was involved in the squads and stuff. And I just. The Villa fans obviously gave me pelters, as I say in Scotland. They gave me loads, you know, Villa reject, etc., etc. They gave me loads, and as you said, right, I said they were champions of Europe at the time, or what have you. And it was a game we were down near the bottom, and it was a game that we felt over the Christmas period, in full house, everybody's up for the game, you know. And on the day, we played really well. After the first 15, 20 minutes, once we went in front, we played really well. In terms of not what you'd call, I don't remember the game, not what you'd call fluid football or anything like that, but what we did, you know, we ran, we scrapped, we battled, we had jumped, we had tackled, we had fought, you know, we got in behind them, and they never really looked like sort of, how can I put it, getting in behind us, you know, and I think the scoreline at the end of the day was about right.